Welcome back to my 5 favorite people. Hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. Now today we have a couple different things we need to go over. Market updates. It is Monday, September 22nd, about 11 a.m. So market is open. I did sell a position and buy a new position. So I want to go over exactly what I did. And then also just talk about a couple different distributions that got reinvested. The drip just got reinvested back into the account. And then just pretty much go over a couple different things that I want to tell you guys about. So if you guys like content like this, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button so that way we can keep the channel growing and so that I can push more content out that you guys like to see. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the portfolio. So it's probably going to be a little longer of a video, like it may be a little longer because it's Monday and I just want to do a market update so we can go over everything. You guys know what's happening in the market. So as you guys can see, portfolio is down. It's pretty much neutral. I mean, we're down $5.94. Portfolio is sitting very nicely at $13,203.18. But look at that, we're in the green just like that. But if I come over here to the margin, you guys can see what the total account is a little less than $20,000. We are sitting currently at $19,295 with a margin balance of $6,097. But I guarantee you guys in the next 7 to 8 days, this will be back down to zero. This will save $19,000 plus a lot more. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date whenever I do some new buys that come in. So first off, before we do anything, let's talk about this new position that I actually just added on. That is going to be TSYY. Now, you guys have been bringing this up in the comment section almost every single video. You say, y'all are literally saying, can you go and make a video about TSYY? Can you look into TSYY? Why don't you own TSYY? And I'm just like, you know what? Let me do some research because I keep hearing this. People are saying it literally pays more than ULTY. I'm just like, something pays more than ULTY? And I haven't heard of it. So, I did some research. I watched videos. I asked ChatGPT. Now, before you guys even come at me, you're like, why are you using ChatGPT? Do you not know what you're doing? Yes, I understand what I'm doing, but literally, if I have an actual AI that will literally write the entire script of exactly what I'm investing in and explain stuff that I simply cannot get from educational YouTube video, I'm going to look it up. So that's what I did. I did lots of research, looked at the distribution rate, looked at a lot of different things. We're going to talk about the NAV because there is huge NAV erosion, but we're going to talk about why I still invested into this actual ETF, even though it does have really crazy NAV erosion. So as you guys can see, I picked it up last night. Now, the reason I've been actually looking at TSYY for a while, like TSYY. Yeah, same thing. I've been looking at it for a while, but I've been waiting for it to bottom out because if you guys actually look at the chart, like if I go to like the 3-month chart, it's been on this I even go to the year-to-date chart. You can see overall it's down 62%. But we're going to talk about the reason why I still invested into it because I know you're probably thinking, why in the world did you invest in something that's already down 62%? We'll talk about that here in a second. But as you guys can see, it's just been on a steady decline, even going sideways, but more down. And I was just waiting for it to actually bottom out before I bought it in because I didn't want to buy the actual bottom and then it literally just goes right back up. So I'll say right around September 2nd or so, it actually bottomed out. You guys can see from the 1-month chart. This is exactly when I started doing my research right around this time. And I thought about buying here, but then I waited because this is actually when I ended up dropping the bag on WPAY. If you guys remember that video, I did a video about putting $1,000 into WPAY. But I picked up some TSYY. Here's the 1-week chart. You guys can see it has definitely bottomed out. And I think that it is on its way back upwards a little bit. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to do anything crazy, but I do think we will finish the year pretty strong. Maybe around that $9 to $10 range. If it just holds, to be honest, if it just holds $8.50, it would be absolutely perfect because the distributions on this actual ETF is insane. I'm going to show you guys here in a second, but here's my portfolio. You guys can see I am holding $1,017. I picked up 120 shares, got my portfolio diversity to 5.27%. So that is bringing down an ULTY position to right around 70%. That way it is not the entire, portfolio. Now this does have a maintenance ratio of 50%, so keep that in mind. This one is not 25, it is 50. And yeah, so I picked it up. As you guys can see, I picked it up 2 hours ago. I'm pretty sure I picked it up last night, but I think the buy went through this morning. So as you guys can see, this is exactly what I bought in. But let's talk about it. Now, first thing, you guys are probably looking at this, you're like, it's down 62%. Why in the world did you actually invest into it? Let's hop into the actual yield and go over exactly what TSYY is. Now, as you guys can see, here is the actual website. You guys see is Grant Shares Yield Boost Tesla ETF. Now, first thing I want you guys to check out, distribution rate 140%. So just taking that into account, now I understand there's volatility, there's premiums that may change, all the different things. But if you guys just take into account the 62% that we are down compared to the 140% is still over a 60% yield, which necessarily, guess what? We are here for income. We understand that there is NAV erosion. We understand that there is NAV decay. We understand that this is not a growth actual ETF. We are here for income. And guess what? This right here is literally income. It shows, the proof is in the pudding. And the best part is this has been around for a while. This is not like WPAY, which has just dropped and we don't have many distributions. This thing has been pumping out distributions for a long time. And the best part is that the actual distribution rate has been pretty steady. Let me actually go down to it. I have it on the screen right here. So you guys can see the distribution rate has been pretty steady. 22 cents, what just got paid out. Right here, you guys can see the payment date right here is the 23rd, so that'll be tomorrow. Ex-dividend date was the 19th, but 22 cents, 21, 21, 22, 21, 22, 22. It's been very steady, holding that 20 cents range, which is great. But you guys can see there are lots of actual dividend payments that have been received. And the best part is this is a weekly paying ETF, and that is the reason why I actually dropped my NVDY position. That's the actual position that I ended up dropping. I sold it for about $700. Let me go to my history and I'll show you guys exactly where I sold it. NVDY was great. It necessarily didn't really do anything wrong, or like there was no problem with it. No problem with it. Let me see if I can find it. Right here. I sold it right here. You guys can see for $723 for 44 shares. Now, the reason why I sold it was because first off, the overall total return was only down like $2. So I didn't lose money because I got a dividend payment for about $27 from holding this ETF. But the thing is that it paid monthly, and I'm a dopamine addict sometimes when it comes to these dividends. So like I love to see these dividends coming in, and I was like, you know what? I want another weekly paying dividend ETF. So I just sold this and I picked up TSYY. Nothing against NVDY. I don't have any hate against it. It's just I wanted more frequently paying, so that way I can get more of the frequently compounding coming in. So as you guys can see, now a little bit about TSYY. The actual ETF itself is a little different because if you guys know, a lot of these income ETFs, they like to sell covered calls. With TSYY, the difference is that it is selling covered puts. Now, with that being said, you're probably like, so if the stock goes down, that's how we make money? Not necessarily. As the actual stock itself rises up in value, we make more money on the premiums. Now, if it actually goes downwards, we necessarily may lose money because then it may be in the money call or in the money puts. Not necessarily is not what we want. Now, if you guys actually take a look at the underlying stock itself, Tesla's actually been doing pretty decent. I will say it's been picking back up. You guys can see there hasn't been much news about Elon Musk or anything like that. Like there hasn't been too much news. So Tesla's been on a little rebound here. Let me pull it up. Look at this. Look at the 1 month chart. Tesla's been on a nice little run. It's been nice and quiet run. Like you haven't been seeing any headlines about Tesla really. Like it's simply just been making a nice little run. And as this is actually going up, guess what? Our TSYY position is going to continue to go up as well because, like I said, we are selling the actual puts. And guess what? This is where I use ChatGPT to actually explain this a little better because, you know, like I can explain it, but, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. So I simply just asked, can you explain to me exactly how the income ETF TSYY actually makes us money? You can see, what is TSYY? TSYY is an ETF that aims to generate income by using option strategy tied to a 2 times leveraged Tesla exposure. Whenever it is saying 2 times leverage, it's meaning that it tries and double the actual daily moves whenever Tesla stock does. So for example, if Tesla moves up 5%, guess what? It's moving up 10%. Now, if it also drops, and this is the risk attached to it, if Tesla does drop 10%, we are leveraged 2 times, so that means we drop 20%. So keep that in mind. There are risks attached to it. So that way you don't want to put too much margin behind it because you guys, No, we don't want any type of margin calls. Now, here is the main thing. How TSYY makes money. Selling put options. And this is what I was kind of trying to explain. The primary income source is selling or writing put options on a 2-time leveraged Tesla ETF. A put option gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to sell the underlying at a certain price, a strike price, or by a certain date, which is also known as the expiration date. When TSYY sells a put, it collects a premium. You guys, premium is where we make our money. Money paid by the buyer of the option. That premium is income to the ETF. If the underlying leverage ETF stays above the strike price and the option expires worthless, TSYY keeps the premium. And this is where I was trying to explain. As long as the actual underlying stock itself, Tesla, is still going up in value, our actual put will expire worthless, so that way we make money. But if our actual put gets in the money, that's where we run into some problems. You can see we already know this: managing risk, managing protection. You guys know reinvesting. Now, I still will have drip on this actual ETF. I will still be dripping back into my actual account, rebuying every single week whenever the actual dividends hit. Now, I do plan to get this position up pretty high. I mean, I can expect to at least get it to $10,000 here in the next couple months. It's been looking great. Now, let's go back to actual stock. I hate how this thing loads so slow. I do expect to actually load this thing up. Like I said, I expect us to actually get maybe around to that $9 range. I would love if we stayed at that 8.5 cents, exactly where we are right now, and we maintain that 20 cents dividend payment every single week, because guess what? That is a stable actual distribution that's being put out every single week. The NAV is staying the same. I don't really care if the NAV stays the same or if it goes up. I'd love it for it to go up. I just don't want it to go down more and more and more, because guess what? That's why I waited to buy in, because I was waiting for it to actually bottom out. And I'm pretty sure we have hit the bottom. As you guys can see, we are pretty much bottomed out. The market's starting to take a little turn upwards. And I thought it was the perfect time to buy in. So I got into this one. And then if I am correct, I'm pretty sure this thing pays out on Tuesdays. Dividend, yeah, tomorrow's the 23rd, as you guys can see. So today's the 22nd, Monday. It pays out on Tuesday, which is perfect, because we now have WPAY, which I think pays out on Wednesday. We have TSYY that pays out on Tuesday, and we also have ULTY that pays out on Friday, as well as YMAX. So now we have 4 weekly paying ETFs that are paying almost every day of the week. Oh, I love it, y'all. I love it. So that is TSYY. This is the position I picked up. I put $1,000 into it, so we will definitely keep track of it. You guys know I do the daily market updates, but I want to do a deep dive exactly why I got into this position and explain that a little more. Now, so that is the TSYY position. Let's show you guys the ULTY position, because, you know, it is looking great, and a lot of us are holding ULTY. ULTY is huge for us. You guys know I always tell you guys, do not go all into ULTY, because you know, there's market downside. You know, yes, right now the market is doing great, but if we get hit with a bear market, I'm great, because I'm not going to get hit with a margin call. If I do, I only have $6,000 to pay off. A lot of you guys are taking out a lot of margin. I've been seeing my comment section. People are saying, I'm going all into ULTY. I'm taking out margin. I'm just like, yeah, be careful. I mean, you can make a lot of money. Do not get me wrong. The dopamine rush and the amount of money you will receive every single week coming in, the $500 dividend payments every single week, the literal house money you're playing with is insane. But be careful. That's all I'm going to tell you. Now, so here's the position. Overall, we're still above. Total return is in the positive. So that means we have not lost a single dollar investing into ULTY. Market value is 14,752. Portfolio diversity, a little above 75. I need to get this down to about 70. Sitting at about 2,600 shares. You guys know the goal overall is to get this to 7,500. Maintenance ratio, it is lower than TSYY. It is at 25%. I do think my dividend did reinvest. September 19th. Yeah, so my dividend did reinvest. So I picked up 38 shares with the dividends that came out. This is exactly what was paid last week in dividends. It just reinvested. I picked up another 38 shares. So that way, whenever it does pay out, I then will get the actual 2,604 shares for whenever the dividends are announced. Is how much I'll get paid. Hopefully, we stay in that 9 cents range, but overall, it's looking great. Next position we have is YMAX. YMAX is actually looking very nice as well. I think this one actually was in the green early this morning whenever I first woke up. Let's see if it's still held. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, YMAX looking great, a little about 2%. So overall, We have not lost a single dollar with YMAX. We've been getting dividends steadily coming in. Now, recently, it was only a $10 dividend, but that was because I was only holding $1,000. So this next recent one, if it holds the same about distribution rate, we should get about a $20 dividend coming in this week. So pretty smooth, nothing too crazy, pretty smooth. This one right here is a 25% maintenance ratio. The dividends did reinvest. So like I said, $10.55 came in. It got reinvested. I picked up 0.81 shares right here at $12.91 and it just got reinvested. So love to see that. ULTY is performing pretty well. I really like ULTY, to be honest. Yes, the income is not as crazy as TSYY, WPAY, and ULTY, but YMAX itself it's been performing pretty well, decently. Like, I didn't get in for them year to date. I got in like a month or so ago, and I got in maybe around like, I really think I got in like right around here, August 21st. Let me see, when did I actually get in? Because I think I probably got in at the actual bottom. August 17th, I literally timed the bottom of this thing, you guys. I timed the bottom of actually all the income ETFs, because if we go over to ULTY, I timed the bottom of ULTY too, I'm pretty sure. So I got in August 17th. Let's see the 1 month chart. This is not the 1 month chart. August 17th, where's it at? Right here. I got in. Okay, so yeah, there was a little more to go, but the thing is that, so I got in literally right here. It was $5.90. But the thing is that I didn't put a big buy into ULTY. I think I only bought like $100. I put my big buy in around like right here. So my average cost has dropped down to $5.57 because I just been DCAing the entire way down. And whenever the distributions actually come in, they get reinvested. So it helps bring my average cost down. So that is that. That is portfolio update. Nothing too crazy. Did I talk about YPAY? WPAY. Sorry. Let's talk about WPAY real quick. This one's doing, it's doing pretty well. I think it's in the green. Yeah, it's holding strong. We bought this one Friday whenever market had closed. So this one is performing pretty well. It's by Round Hill. If you have not seen my video about WPAY, go ahead and check it out. I did a little dive about exactly why I picked it up. But that is the market overview of the portfolio. Last thing I want to tell you guys, I actually had someone find my Instagram, and they DM'd me, and they sent me they sent me a message. They were like, hey, can you check out my portfolio? I have a couple of different actual ETFs in there, and I want to invest in these. I'm starting out with $850. What do you think about the portfolio? And I was like, you know what? I like that. I like that this dude came and asked me for some advice. Nothing I said with financial advice. I simply just gave the man some recommendations. I told him, hey, these are the ones that I actually know about. I've done research over. These are the ones that I actually hold. Some of the safer ones like QQQI, SPYI. He had some ULTY, some YMAX in there, TSYY. And I just said, hey, you have a pretty good portfolio. I started out with the exact same amount as you. Simply just kind of built the portfolio up. But where I'm going with this, I want to say, if you guys are interested in sending your portfolio over, I need to figure out a way to let you guys send it. If I put Blossom, let me see. I actually have no clue. Will Blossom let you DM me? I don't even use Blossom. I need to check it out more. I know you guys can still see my screen. Is there a way to direct message someone on Blossom? I have no clue. I don't even know how to use this thing. Okay, so let's say if I let me go home. I'm gonna find a random person. I'm gonna try to DM them. Okay, so here's Mo. I don't even know who Mo is. Can you DM them? No. Oh man, that's kind of lame. I thought you could so there's no way DM. This is pretty cool though. It shows the dividends. I've never even used Blossom. I don't even know how to use this thing. I need to learn. See, I got 10 followers, but I don't even know how to use this thing. I need to get more into it and understand this stuff more. But if you guys are interested in, if you guys just want to send over your portfolio, have me check them out, I would love to just take a look at them. I'm not going to give you any financial advice or anything like that, but if you just want to run your portfolio by me, say, hey, I'm investing into this. This is how much dividends I'm receiving. If you want to flex on me, I would love to see it, because guess what? All it does, it gives me motivation. Sometimes whenever I hear some of you guys' comments and I hear that you're making $10,000 a week in dividends, it gives me motivation, because it's like, okay, somebody has done this. I'm here. Someone's here. It's like, I know I can get all the way here. If a human has done it, I don't care how you've done it, but if a human has done it, I know I can get there. So it's just it gives me so much motivation whenever I see you guys' comments or portfolios. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comment section. I can definitely find some way. I may just start a Twitter up. I don't have a Twitter yet, but I may start a Twitter up, and I'll have you guys, you maybe can DM me, follow me on there or something. But let me know if you guys are interested in sharing your portfolios, have me take a look. I would love to actually go through and check your portfolios out. But until next time, I will see you guys here soon. I do have a video dropping here later on today. It won't be about ETFs. It'll be more of about like the younger generation. I'm like making a video, like a tier list about top 20 purchases to buy in your 20s. So if you guys are interested, check that one out. It'll be dropped later on today about 6 p.m. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know in the comment section what you guys want to see next. See you guys soon.